again, we are making tortillas, corn tortillas. So I'm going to open my bag. I'm not going to put a lot because I don't need a bunch of tortillas. I'm just making a plain small enchiladas for me, but everybody's different. So I'm actually going to put one handful and another handful. Okay? That's all I'm using to make the tortillas. And the bottled water, I'm just going to add a little bit. So it's about maybe a tiny little bit on the top. I'm going to move it around. It seems still like it's a lot of dry. So I'm going to stay adding it. It's still just a little bit. Sorry, phone dropped. My fault. Maybe I should put it up here. I wonder. Can you guys still see me? Hopefully. Hopefully you can still see the bowl too. So this is what I'm going to do. Sorry. And it's still hard. So I'm adding more. So I'm about halfway for the 2 handfuls. Almost halfway. So I'm going to say it's half the bottle of water that it takes. I shouldn't be breaking up on here. So I'm going to come back and break it up over here. Mix it around. Play with it. And it kind of seems like it's still a little bit dry. So actually I am going to add a little tiny bit more. But this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just like a tiny little drop when it's like that. If you're not trying to, it just has to be not too dry. It's just, there's instructions on the actual bag, but I do it by sight and how it feels. And I just stay adding water till I feel it's soft enough. If I get it too soft, I just add a tiny little bit of water, and you just stay doing that. But you'll know the feeling because it has to be soft enough for you to make it into a tortilla. Everybody makes these tortillas different. I make mine by hand because my husband's from Honduras and from Guatemala or whatever. And he doesn't like regular store-bought tortillas, and so I have to make tortillas if I want to be with him. I should just leave him. I'm just kidding. So it's, to me, now it's soft enough because now it's soft enough to hold in a whole ball, and I can squeeze it and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to form these all into tiny individual balls and see how many balls I can get out of, and try to make sure that they're all the same size. Por favor, no me andas tocando esas cosas, sí, cariño. Es que estoy haciendo tortillas para hacer enchiladas, okay? So now I have them in little balls. I'm going to roll them up. And when you're rolling them, you can tell the difference when they feel the same. Like this one feels like it's bigger than that one. So I'm going to actually try to make this one as small as that one. And I'm just going to stay rolling up other little balls. This one feels bigger until they all feel about the same size. And then I'm going to start making them into corn tortillas for my enchiladas because my husband did not buy me corn tortillas. So what I'm doing is now I'm just rolling them into little balls, and they're just individuals. I already said that bunches of times, sorry. Once they have them, so far you shouldn't count them before you turn rolling them. So I'm not going to count them because it says don't count your chickens before they hatch. That means don't count your eggs or your chickens. Don't say they're chickens yet because they might not hatch. So it's kind of like the same thing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. So what I'm going to do again is, because now I have moss all over my hands, is I'm going to wash my hands. Again, count ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Let me check the camera and make sure you're still on. It seems like you're still working. Hopefully you're in a good position and you can see me and I'm not recording anything or recording something. So I just squeeze on the ball. So it kind of looks like a little round pancake. And I kind of go around and I kind of carve it round with my hand. And I kind of just flap it back and forth between my hands, and you squeeze them a little bit. And it's going to start getting bigger and bigger, and try to make it round. If it looks like it's starting to rip, like right here and right here, is you fix that little part, you squeeze them together, and you fix it over here, and over here, and then you just stay doing the same process. Another way to do it, if you don't want to do it by hand, is that's why I set out this too, is that you can actually